1137, show me state, waving and stepping.
Just a stepping in the beantown.
I think I was 669. I'm not 100% sure on that, but 1137 waving right back.
6, preacher man, New York waving. I ain't got no buddies in Boston.
669. I got it that time. Good morning time, 669. Radio station, 1137 waving.
Preacher man, all the best.
It sure sounds good out there. Hey, 1137, you sure sound good out there in my radio. Hey, 1137, if you got a grip, I'm not tuned up for here. But I heard you, I wanted to say hello real fast.
Morning time right back. Motor Mouth, sounding all kinds of good over this way. 1137 waving.
410. Hey, you sounded superb over here. No doubt about that. Hey, Interesting. Interesting stuff there. 1137, Motormouth Mall waving. And I see something happening that I didn't see yesterday. I was just curious what that was.
Motormouth Mall, 101, Illinois waving.
1137 steady.
Hello, 101. I hear you up in there too, I do.
There, working on a little bitty driver. Hopefully you got a copy of
Motormouth Mall.
Oh, I found that noise. Okay. Yeah, the driver's working for you. Hey, you got the driver doing its thing to break.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you guys. Hi, 10-4. Hey, what's this audio sound like, man? I'm running on one equalizer right now. And I've got another equalizer on Reaper I could use, but I'm not sure which one sounds better. 10-4?
Well, let me start this recording. I got a recording started now, so go ahead and key up again.
Hi, 10-4. It's 0149 waving at Motormouth Mall. 149 out in the corner.
Oh, I thought I had a recording going. Let me see.
10-4. It's 0149 waving at Motormouth Mall. 149 out in the corn.
Yep, that's you right there. 149 in the corn. And you're working only one EQ right now, they're breaking.
God bless you. Happy New Year.
Morning time up that way, Preacher Man. I did hear you in there. Good morning time, Preacher Man. 1137 waving.
Okay, here we go. Motormouth Mall. It's old Double R again. Hey, we're on the Reaper equalizer. I don't know if it sounds any better or not. 149 out here in the cornfield. We're going to be slipping back in and seeing what it sounds like.
149. I'll play that back for you one time.
Preacher Man, 1137 waving.
Okay, here we go. Motormouth Mall. It's old Double R again. Hey, we're on the Reaper equalizer. I don't know if it sounds any better or not. 149 out here in the cornfield. We're going to be slipping back in and seeing what it sounds like.
There you go. 149. That was you up in there. And there was some 1137 up in there too. Motormouth Mall step and break.
I'm thinking I like the Reaper better. I'm thinking I like that Reaper better. I may turn the bass up just a hair. Just a hair. Thank you, Motormouth Mall. I appreciate it, man.
Today, that's for sure.
10-4. 10-4 on that. Have bizarre stuff there, 1137, and yeah, Double R. The Reaper did have a little bit more bottom end to it. I don't know if the radio is capable of passing the bass. I don't know if you put more bass up in there, will the radio pass it to break?
We're going to try. You know, it may be my mic, this Sennheiser. It may not be able to pass it, but I'm going to give it a shot.
A Sennheiser should do real well. Yeah, I don't think the microphone is a limiting factor by any means. But yeah, I'll listen up, see if we can roll some more bottom end up in there and see what, it'd be interesting to see what too much sounds like. See where if it just gets muffled or if it gets boomy and bassy and muffled, you know, because I'm able to hear all the way down to, way down deep low.
I hear that motor mouth ball out there on that west coast. Top of the day, that's the motor mouth ball.
This way, the more gain I give it, I got back the bass off. Sounds like way too much. So when I crank the gain up just a touch, I back the bass down just a touch.
Yep, that's how it works. And you can certainly afford to go a lot more on the bottom end. So you don't need that much gain. You can pull the bottom end back up a little bit more, or, push the bottom end up a little bit more. Keep the gain out of it so you don't get into overmodulation mode. And see what that does, because it sounds a lot better with the extra bass in there.
Hi, Roger. Well, hey, I just turned the bass up a little bit.
There's mine with just a little more bass to it. I don't know how it sounds on the receiver.
But on 149, right out here in Illinois, break up.
149 Double R and 10-4 chip 1137. Yeah, that might be borderline too much. Check this out.
Hi, Roger. Well, hey, I just turned the bass up a little bit.
There's mine with just a little more bass to it. I don't know how it sounds on the receiver.
But on 149, right out here in Illinois, break up.
There you go. And that's what I heard in my receiver. Motor mouth mall working the small mall got down.
Yeah, I back the bass back.
I still got 2 bleeders to put into this power supply. I took them out today, and I'm waiting on the new 2 bleeders to put in this power supply. Maybe I can kick in that 15,000 and see what I sound like then. 10-4?
10-4, that should put a little bit more fire in the wire. And that 15,000 ought to put a little bit bigger hammer over here, I would think. Very cool. All right, you're still waiting on the bleeders. And you'll get that thing on the air real soon, I'm sure. And we'll look forward to hearing that. It's going to be a big old signal, that's for sure. I keep forgetting to turn down my PC. And I get this high frequency buzz in there. I got to keep that thing down when I'm not playing any audio back. Double R, Motor Mouth Mall waving, and 1137 Motor Mouth Mall waving. And I did hear the other station calling Motor Mouth Mall. I didn't get who that was, but I did hear you to break.
Stone, is that what you're landing on? Or your takeoff point is being...
How about that Motor Mouth Mall? 426, Motor Mouth Mall. I appreciate it.
908 here, Bill.
You're welcome. Ain't no pain, ain't no strain.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, 245. Operator.
Yeah, go make some arts player boxes.
Battery motor.
Who out there's building splatter boxes? I want to buy a splatter box.
I don't.
How about you, Motor Mall? 426, Cincinnati.
L 426. Hey, 426 Central Minnesota. You got up into real good to break.
Waving. Appreciate it, Motor Mall. Appreciate it.
426, big old wave.
Yeah.
410. Big old hammer out there, 426. Sounding good out here on my stack of bricks to break.
All right, you got an hammer, Mama, but you got that hammer down, no doubt about it.
No, it's just Mother Nature. That's pretty much, I think, Mother Nature. She's doing it to it there, break.
That was 11:37 leaving.
No, we were all talking about you when we said Splinterbox.
John Boy, Illinois, looking break. Hey, John Boy, Illinois. You got that mall down. What's going on there, John Boy?
Pretty funny.
Getting ready to work on the old truck. I heard you in there. Wanted to see if I could say hello there, right?
You're saying hello in fine style, that's for sure. You got a whole heap of bunch of audio rolling up in the air. It sounds real good. I like it. Hey, John Boy, good to hear you doing your thing out there in the world of sound, there, break.
I appreciate it, brother, coming from you, and you're always sounding good, I know that, but 2970 into Radio Panic did for me, Panic Attack there, a friend of mine who used to live up here. Anyway, brother, I'll get out of your way, and you keep doing what you're doing there. You're sounding good.
10-4. Yeah, Panic Attack does a wonderful job on those radios, and, he definitely, he's got his stuff together. And I just saw the video. Matter of fact, I posted it on my timeline. I saw a video he made yesterday that was just really, really good, and it's more of what we need out here in this hobby. You know, a lot of people out there with some horrible attitudes and some weird business techniques and all kinds of stuff. But he's got it out. He's got it right, that's for sure. And by the way, I got a little playback for you. Check this out.
Yeah, brother, coming from you, and you're always sounding good, I know that, but 2970 into Radio Panic did for me, Panic Attack there, a friend of mine who used to live up here. Anyway, brother, I'll get out of your way, and you keep doing what you're doing there. You're sounding good.
There you go. While you're smoking over here, sounding superb on this end, that's for sure. John Boy, Illinois. Motor Mouth Mall, working the small ball peen mall right here, right now, break.
Full Roger there. I appreciate it very well. And you take care. Video I commented on there as well. I always follow this post on there, and like to try to stay in touch with Panic Attack if I can there. So good to hear from you, brother. I'll be back in here a little later today. I got to try to get some heat fixed.
You got any calibrated test equipment over there, Motor Mouth?
JB, Illinois. We're going.
JB sounds good, and yeah, it's good people like that are good to keep in touch with. That's for doggone sure. And yep, very cool. All right, well, good to hear you up in there. I'll let you get back to working on your truck over there. I heard somebody else in there say something at the end of that. I didn't get that whole thing, but I did hear somebody else calling Motormouth Mall. Hey, JB in Illinois, take care. Have a great day. We'll catch you out there a little bit later on. Motormouth Mall, working a small ball peen mall. Got down right there, break.
Wanted me to roll that nickel to you, and hello to you as well there.
I didn't get who rolled the nickel out this way. Who was at the break?
And does it. I got it again. Motormouth Mall, 308 Chicago.
Hello, 308 Chicago. I got you up in there too, the break.
Hey, Roger. Snake Doctor. Your Snake Doctor while you go.
Oh, yeah, tell Snake Doctor I said hello. I ain't going to stay up in the middle of the road here. Just tell Snake Doctor I said good morning there, break.
Snake Doctor, let's make some noise. Mud poop in the desert at it again.
Somebody said somebody in the desert is at it again. You telling me that Mud Runner is out there now?
He is, Motormouth. You got my you got it calibrated.
Well, you know, I sent my equipment into a real NIST calibration shop, and they calibrated my stuff for me. So I know everything here is double NIST calibrated to break.
Motormouth Mall. I need some calibrated test equipment. Come on.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, you got to go get some calibrated, especially the calibrated O-scope. You got to get the calibrated O-scope to check modulation. That's right. Yeah, that's the most important thing to break. Yeah, if it ain't NIST calibrated, man, you don't have anything. If you ain't got NIST calibration, man, you're just a mud duck.
Waving a hand out your little snake out there,
Well, I heard somebody call it Motormouth Mall. I didn't get it all, but I did hear somebody say, how about it, Motormouth Mall? How about your Motormouth Mall? And then I didn't get the rest of it to break.
Maybe they need to just kick it up another notch.
Oh, yeah. All they got to do is get themselves an NIST calibrated microphone to break.
It got rough and tough, no lumberjack's ears here when I got off.
I'll just stick to running my splatter box.
Me too. I like my splatter box. You know, it's really funny. If somebody had a clue of what they were talking about, splatter and wideband, and if they had any clue of where my emphasis is on audio, which is always the bass doesn't cause splatter. And I only roll my audio stuff rolls off real hard at 5 kilohertz. So high frequencies is what causes splatter, or bleed over. Let's call it bleed over for the real terminology. And he's out there talking about splatter. I just run wideband audio, and when I say wideband, I mean it's got some bottom end in there too, and not an emphasis on high frequencies. So if anybody had a clue of where splatter and bleed over comes from, it doesn't come from the bass. it comes from the highs. Anyway, let me get my knees up in the breeze. Say, wild child, you got that mall down, and I think I might too to break.
Oh, you definitely got that mall down about right now. Oh, man. I don't hear him out there today. I'm glad. I ain't heard him. I seen somebody messaged me and said, he's on channel 19. I said, leave him there. Don't bring him up here.
Yeah. Let him stay there on 19. That's a good place for him to stay. Actually, it's horrible that he's even there. It's horrible that he's even on the radio. But anyway, yeah, better there than here.
Most of them's about semi-retired now, but they would hound him in the ground. And that's all he is, a Facebook troll. He has nothing better to do than cause drama and spread a bunch of disinformation. That's all he does. I don't understand the folks. You can't even comment on Facebook anymore without all these keyboard warriors jumping on you, you know. I don't know how some people are going to learn a damn thing out there anymore because the keyboard Rambos know it all, break.
Yep, you got that right. I call them keyboard jockeys. There's a lot of them out there, man. They talk a lot on YouTube and Facebook about all that they know and who they're going to bash and all that stuff. But real information, it's like today's politics. You bash your opponent by bashing everything about them or what they've done or didn't do or blah, 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 blah. You don't talk about them directly, So if you can't win, you can't get your stuff out there to sell itself on its own merits. You got to bash the competition to try to make your stuff look better. That's his mentality. That's a shame, but that's how he does it. The break.
Yeah, my book, it ain't no way to do business. I don't mess with anybody that bashes and all that crap. Everybody I use right now just keeps to themselves, and that's the way I like it. They ain't really much even in, one of them ain't even into social media, so that tells you something. But man, I swear, people don't understand. I mean, I help a lot of people out, but I will not do it publicly on a post on Facebook. And when they see what I got going on, they're like, wow, you got everything on that antenna. I said, that's the whole key to it. You do more with less if you ain't sitting there running a bunch of damn reflex. You got everything dialed in. You got good specs on your antenna, good coax. Squeeze all them watts out. That's when you get out there and talk. And that's the name of the game there to me. Because I've always done more with less. And I will probably do that to the day I die.
A lot of people underestimate the importance of a good antenna. You know, I'd rather have some Mother Nature and antenna over a big box any day. You know, I would gladly substitute that big box for antenna and Mother Nature. And the better antenna, the better. I mean, you know, it's that saying they come up with, you know, it ain't about the power, it's what's on the tower. That's true, there, Brady.
Oh, it is absolutely true. I mean, I just did a beam for my neighbor. I can't wait till we get it up, because, man, that kind of figure, he got a 5-ohm that's slightly stretched. I ain't going to get onto the specs on the air because I'll get bashed about it, but it is broadband. He's a FM'er, he's a sidebander. He does come down on AM occasionally and talk. And that thing come out so broadbanded, I was proud of it. I was like, wow, check this out, because I just went to create some crap on the computer, and I just went in my head and pulled out some other stuff that I knew that would work. And man, he could talk from way below 1 all the way up above 40. And have a good standing wave. I mean, a real good standing wave. I ain't never got that out of a 5 before, but I always dial in for 28, so I never had the broadband one like that before with a hairpin. That was very interesting, but it worked out really good. I know he talks across the pond daily on that thing, you know, next to nothing, so and it's 6 feet off the ground, so it's working really good. But I enjoy working on it, but I'm getting older now, and I told everybody's like, man, will you do something about beam? I'm like, man, I ain't got time. It takes time to mess with all them damn antennas. You know, I got my own stuff to work on, too, occasionally. But I do enjoy it, and I don't mind helping somebody out, and I'll walk somebody through it a lot more than I will actually go and build it for them. Unless they're real close. There ain't nobody real close except for a couple guys. I've done theirs, so they're already up and going. Everybody else, I'll just help out how I can. But I ain't into the big long beams no more. I lost that 57-footer, and that was enough for me.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I'll build another long beam here real soon. Well, I don't want to say soon. That's probably not accurate. But I got another tower over here on the ground. It's a freestanding 75-foot. Only 70 of it's going to be used. The other 5 is going to be part of the ground structure. But it's a 70-foot freestanding tower that's going to have a 83 or 86. I've got 2 different designs here that I'm going to use. I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet. I've got 2 of them that I planned out. One of them's got a little bit more gain than the other and a tad bit less bandwidth. The other one's got a little bit more bandwidth and a little bit less gain, but still both are really respectable. And I am going to put those up at some point. Well, one of those up at some point. But this 47-footer, 47.87-footer, it's almost 48 feet. This 48-footer with 7 elements is doing pretty good. And even not tuned in right, you know, it does pretty well. So I'm happy with it. Bang for the buck, it's probably the best antenna I've ever put up, you know. I've had nicer antennas. But, and I've had a lot bigger antennas. You know, I had that 117-foot-long 16-element. That was wild, but, man, you had to turn it all the time. A pain in the neck. And I didn't have a rotor for it, so I had to go out there and move the rope. And then I had to guess. Because I didn't know where to look because I couldn't see the S-meter while I was out there moving the antenna. So, anyway. Hang on, I got something outside. That was a crop duster. Our Valley Crop Services always flies over here. I forgot that. I don't usually hear them with the headphones on. Anyway, Yeah, so I was going to put that up there before long. But like you were saying, that your buddy's antenna is only 6 feet off the ground and it's talking. So imagine what that thing's going to do when it's up in the air to break.
Yeah, we're already plotting and planning. He's got a temp tower. I think we'll get it up right at 36 foot for the winter. It'll be real easy to do, and we're waiting on a little nicer weather right now. It's staying in the 30s and the 40s, so it ain't good weather to be out there putting those beam up. But we're going to put him up a freestander in the spring on stacking him.
96 Tennessee, I got it down.
I don't know if we'll go 40 foot or 50 foot. It depends on what I'm comfortable with, how good the base is. The last one, I did his ground plane for him, and he'd never been, I don't think he's ever been by more than 30 foot to the bottom of the antenna, and I stacked his 40-something foot, including the piece that was sticking out of the ground. And I kept telling him, I said, you're going to see a big jump. Now, this was checking it on sideband. He went from 8 S units to 20 dB on me. So he come up over something, and man, he got a straight shot, and he's 17 miles away. So he was real tickled with that. He just couldn't believe it. And he talks everywhere on a Mako V5000, and that thing, he got it tuned out really good. I was glad. He ain't afraid to tinker with it. That's what I like about him. I mean, I just show him what I want to do on a beam, and he'll do it. But I showed him how to build this one, and how to tinker with them fires and make them really talk, and he's like, oh, this is simple. I said, yeah. I said, just keep it under your hat, because everybody will be doing it, then we'll have more competition there, Break.
You don't want the competition? That's for doggone sure. No, you don't want to let too many cats out of the bag. You know, you let too many cats out of the bag, and too many people start doing what you're doing, then you don't get the edge anymore. You know, you got to have a little bit of an edge. I like to help people out, you know, with a lot of different things. And some things, like, you know, coax-related questions and all that stuff, I keep that a little bit more to myself, a little bit closer to the vest, especially on Facebook or YouTube, because there's a lot of naysayers and a lot of people who don't believe some of the stuff. But, you know, so you got to draw a line with how much you share to break.
Absolutely. You got to be real careful, and you know, what works for one person doesn't work for another. I've seen, you know, I got to tell my buddy up there, he got out back in the 80s, and he just come back in a year ago last winter, so everything had changed so much, he was just settled, he was lost. And when I started telling him all this stuff, how he needs to do this and do that, just get his system up talking better, and he was blown away. And now he's like, I hear him on the radio helping people out, and he's sitting there telling the exact same things I tell him, and he's getting these other guys up and going. And I told him, I said, be careful how much you share out there, though. I said, it don't hurt to help somebody, keep them from blowing up their station, but don't give a competitor an edge on you. Like I said, you got to keep an edge. You do have to keep that edge, but I like to see everybody up and going. You know, there's a lot of sidebanders around here, but they're a pretty good little ways. But I talk to them pretty regular. I just run a ground plane. I'm the man in the middle, so I can sit here and run a ground plane, talk barefoot, and I can talk to everybody around here. It's pretty neat, but man, there's a lot of people getting back in the game that have been out here in years and years, and they're just completely lost, and there's so much BS floating around on Facebook. We had a good kick out of antenna analyzer reading. If you watch them on Facebook, you'll get the biggest laughs. That's all I can say. I get the biggest laughs when I watch these antenna analyzer readings of what these guys are getting, and oh man, this is good. And I'm thinking, oh my God, yeah, okay, run it, buddy.
Well, I guess the one thing that, I mean, sure, SWR is great, you know, and it's all wonderful to know that your transmitter is happy and transferring all of its power from the transmitter to the coax into the feed point of the antenna, and that's all good. But what they don't realize is the SWR is not the be-all, end-all. SWR has nothing whatsoever to do with the performance of the antenna. You know, radiation resistance and takeoff angle and all of that stuff. None of that is measurable by SWR in the break. So they take that SWR as being gospel when, ironically, I got one of those, what are they called? Dummy load. We got a dummy load. It's got pretty good SWR, but it doesn't talk across the street to break.
That's right. Takeoff angles, man, people don't understand the takeoff angle and all that. It's on the beams. And I see a lot of them running level. I know a guy that was running his. He had it completely level. He put a level to it.
Hey, good morning,
He says,
Mr.
it has to be level.
Totally good
And,
game.
he wasn't getting out in the edge. I won't say who it is because he may be listening. But I said, man, let's put this damn thing and see if it works any better. And he's like, no. I said, listen to me, trust me on this. And we got about 20, 30 degree tilt on that thing. And he called me 2 days later and he said, well, what do you think? And I said, it sounded like to me you're getting out better. He said, I'm making 10 times the contact. I said, see, you're right level. I said, I'm still going to work, but you want to tilt it a little bit, it gives it better takeoff. Just, it's little simple things like that these guys don't get. I don't understand why anybody want to run a beam level.
Well, you can run the beam level, but your takeoff angle is determined at that point by your height of the antenna above the ground. And depending upon your soil conductivity, or the topography below the antenna, or both, then your takeoff angle can vary just as much based on antenna height above ground as it does if you were to physically tilt the antenna. And in reality, if the antenna is too low to the ground, tilting it really doesn't change your takeoff angle much in comparison to getting it up high up in the air. If you want to bring your takeoff angle down, you go up higher. If you want to come up with the takeoff angle, you go down. But if you get too low, you can't go up any higher. In other words, the reaction that causes the takeoff angles is a component based on the ground and the driven element, and not so much as the tilt of the antenna and the direction that the RF is coming out of the front of the barrel of the antenna, if you will. But, takeoff angle is all important, and that's probably a conversation that is best not on the air because, because there's a lot to it. Not a lot to it as far as how involved it is, but a lot to what the gain is pretty phenomenal, and I don't know if I want to let that cat out of the bag entirely. I think I did once, but for some reason I'm not in the mood right now to break.
Oh, absolutely. You can see it on a good analyzer. You'll see the gain, and it'll be like, I showed it to him, and he was like, wow. But, it's like you say, your soil, your height, all that stuff comes into play. And he set up about almost identical the way I am, but on a lot smaller beam. But it made a big difference to him. I mean, he was making a lot more contacts. And right now, I'm talking into a 200-foot ridge. And I'm still talking. I point west. There is actually a 200-plus foot ridge. I'm pointing dead into it, and it ain't 2 miles from me. So, but I've got the distance, just enough the right amount of distance from it. I'm getting right on. I'll just go walk right on over it. And last year, they're like, how in the hell are you doing? I was at flat size different than vertical. It's not the same. Vertical is just a total different ball game to me. I don't care much about a vertical beam. If I go vertical, I just assume go on my ground plane. But I would like to have a vertical sight on a smaller beam just to play with. I'm fixing to do that again. I'm fixing to really try that again. I want to do I want to try to do a direct fed vertical horizontal beam and see what happens with it. Just something to play with, though. I'm always just playing and tinkering. That's how I learn. I play and tinker.
10-4, yeah, I never had a vertical Yagi. All my verticals have all been 5/8 waves, except for my Shakespeare big stick that I started with way back when. But yeah, all my antennas have been horizontal, Yagis, and I've never thought about putting one vertical. A lot of guys in the Midwest and all that, they do a lot of local long distance stuff. They got no mountains in the way, and they're looking for that long trip. And vertical has its place for that, and it works. And then you can have, you can have a little bit of maybe a benefit there from a vertical beam for local long distance kind of stuff. But, and especially if there's any kind of other skip out there where people are predominantly running flat sides, it gets you out of their radios a little bit, But I've never had one, so I can't really comment too much about how well they don't or do work. But, I'm a proponent of horizontal Yagis. I tried my little quad out the other day. I put the coax on the quad, got it all tuned out perfectly, and I fired down everything, and it worked good until I got to the big box. And when I got to the big box, everything squealed in the whole shack, and my internet quit. Oh, what the hell? And so I called the internet guys out here, and they came out. They hooked the laptop up to it. They go, I don't know what happened here, but did you have any power outages or any kind of weird things happen? I said, no, not that I know of. So, well, the internet radio up on the roof that's supposed to talk to the provider up on the hilltop went to factory specs, all factory default specs. He said, we've never seen that happen before. I said, oh, wow, what a bummer. So he reprogrammed it, and everything's been working good, and I haven't put the quad back, since. I took the feed line off of it, and I didn't want that temptation. But I was really looking forward to the quad, because it was going to be dual feed, horizontal and vertical, and, I was going to use it primarily for diverse receive, but I didn't even want to keep it up there, so I'm going to take it down. I took the feed line down already. I'll take the quad down, too. But, I didn't have the luck that I wanted with the quad. And maybe I shouldn't give up so soon, but I guess I'm a Yagi guy.
Well, what I figured out a long time ago, horizontal, it seems like to me you have less problems getting into things. I know when I go vertical, if I run any kind of power, I get people start texting me, are you running something over there? Yeah. I come across cordless phones and crap. Oops. So I keep it down when I'm on the ground plane. I only run a single 500Z when I'm on my ground plane most of the time, so I don't really bother nobody. But if I was to fire what I'm running now on this flat side on my ground plane, man, they'd be beating on my damn door. But with this beam, there's a town about 2 miles from me. I point right through that town going to Florida. I've been doing this for 6-7 years now. No issues whatsoever, no matter how much I'm running, so I don't worry about it. It don't get into it. But the ground plane, when I was kicking it up on it, I got a lot of complaints, so I need to get away from that. That's why I really got back into the beam and said, I got to get this done. Because I know the horizontal, it didn't get into nothing at all. No complaints. But like I say, I get on that ground plane, and anybody real close to me, I still will get into a cordless phone or something. They got something real old, I get into that. But it is what it is. But I ain't had a complaint in like 4 years now, so I ain't sweating it.
10-4. Hello, Snake Doctor on YouTube. I see you up in there. Good afternoon time to you, and a big old espresso your way, too. And, when I was at the airport, before I bought this place, I ran a big box at the airport. I ran a 3CX6000 at the airport, and I ran 2 antennas. I had the 5/8 wave ground plane on the middle of the roof, and then I had also the pneumatic mast with the 5-element Yagi flat side, and I would run either one of them. And I was a quarter mile away from the control tower. And, all the aircraft stuff is up there at 121, megahertz and AM. And I never came over any of that. I ran everything. I was doing, quite a bit peak, 17K peak. And I wasn't coming in over any of that stuff. So I didn't have any problem with the vertical. But the vertical was on a ground. It was right there. It used the building as a ground, and then right next to it was a ground-mounted, a mast, a pneumatic Wilbert mast. And then I had the 5-element on that. But the 5/8 wave did really, really well. I never had a problem with it. And, obviously it was vertical.
I don't get why the vertical gets into so much. Because mine's up well over 60 foot to the bottom of the ground plane, which I need to get it up. It's sitting on the top cap. When I put it up, when I finally got the tire stacked and it was time to put the antenna on there, the wind was blowing. I'm like, I'll never get a mass pipe in there. So I thought, man, I'm just going to slam the ground plate on there. That was a chore in its own with a 20, 30 mile an hour gust. But I got it on there. And I was sitting directly on the top, kept it shifting. I'm still good, so I didn't worry about it. But yeah, I get into a little bit. I mean, enough to where people notice it if I kick it up. But normally, I'm just local talking. It's just for local talking or sideband, and that's it. I don't use it. Get out here to talk DX on AM. It seems like on the sideband side, you know, I ain't never gonna have to run you don't have to run no big watts on sideband, so it don't get into nothing. So, but before, yeah, that's why I actually ended up putting a beam up, which I was working on beams in. I worked on beams for 3 or 4 years before I actually put one in the air. I had a lot of troubles, you know. I had, where I used to live, had a lot of haters. I had that 6 element, and it was ready to go on the tire, and they had it on a test stand in my backyard, and they come over in the middle of the night and flip. My locals did not like it. They did not want me. And they come over and turned it over in the middle of the night, or tried to. If it hadn't been guide, they'd have got it flipped all the way over. They got it laid over enough where it bent the elements on one side, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. These guys ain't gonna leave it on. I have on video. I know who exactly it was.
Jake, you. Yep.
I got to give them a hard enough time. When I moved over here, I gave them hell. It's like I'd lock them down. I wouldn't let them talk. I'd key on them. Yeah, paybacks come and go, but they're gone now. That's all I got to say, and I'm still talking.
10-4. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. We've been yapping for a little while there. I think I'm going to go ahead and relinquish this frequency here for a bit on my side. Pardon me, because I think there's probably a lot of people out there that want to get some yapping in, and you got a hammer coming out here, so I'm pretty sure they're chopping at the bit to get back to you. So I'm going to say 73's Wild Child. Always a pleasure with the double measure. Good to hear you up in there. El Barrio Cookers over there in Texas, Houston. Hello to you. You chimed in on YouTube. And, yeah, good to hear you up in there, Wild Child, and we'll catch you a little bit later on. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a break and maybe dial it back to the bowl where it's tuned up to work, because it ain't tuned up to work here. But it's talking okay. All right, hey, Wild Child, Motormouth Mall, stepping. Break up.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, let's see if we have any conditions before you run off. Do you a quick wave your way. Hey, Motormouth Mall, Big Dog, Liberty, Missouri, sitting back.
Oh, yeah, Big Dog, Liberty, Missouri. You waving real good, real strong, real loud and proud over here. That's for doggone sure to break.
Hey, I appreciate it. And the other day I heard you out there on the Super Bowl. You sounded great, man. But this way, I just wanted to throw a quick wave before I got busy, too. Hey, Motormouth Mall, God bless.
410. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the flowers. You sounded really good over here, too. Ain't no doubt about that. You're smoking. Hey, Big Dog, Liberty, Missouri, Motormouth Mall waving. Wild Child, have a good day. And everybody else on 27285, radio station Motormouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast. Got down.
Check. Motormouth Mall. Yeah, go ahead. It's Big Dog.
Out there talking to herself again. I thought I heard you. 99? To herself again.
Hey, did you say that the Mud Runner over there was having a monologue again? Hey, did you say the Mud Runner over there was having another one of his little infamous monologues, sir, Break?
Yeah, he's having one of his spasms.
10-4 and having one of his spasms. That was pretty good. Back to the bench. All right, I'm out of here. I'll let you guys attack him for a bit. I'm gonna go back to the bench. No, I'm out.
More like a pat in the head, kick in the pants, send him on his way.
That's all you get.
Absolutely.
Why you got back?
Hey, Pinto Bean, I heard you waving too. Motormouth Mall wave, Monster Mouth Mall waving your way to break.
Just want to jump in there and say hello.
Hello, Pinto Bean Bakewhite.
Pinto Bean, well, I sure appreciate you rolling up in there and saying hello. Well, you got all that audio in my radio. Pinto Bean sounded superb to break.
Well, I appreciate it. It's, you know how it is. Little bit of work in progress. Hey, Motormouth Mall, appreciate it. Sounding good yourself.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, can you throw a big old wave to that Pinto Bean for me? Big dog's trying.
410, I can do that. Hey, Pinto Bean, Big Dog Liberty is waving 4 friendly fingers and a thumb over there. He's up there in Missouri, and he's waving at you to break. Hey, Pinto, I hope you got that Motormouth Mall cruising. And he said right back there to you, there, Big Dog Liberty and walkie-talkie. I heard you up in there, too. I did. A walkie-talkie, Motormouth Mall waving.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, thank you again. And hey, tell walkie-talkie, too, man. I don't get into East very much. So, hey, Motormouth Mall, thank you for throwing that big 4-1 wave to old Pinto Bean for me. Been a long time. Big Dog's gonna shut up. We'll let you get it on.
Hey, Big Dog, you're welcome. No pain, no strain. And you said to tell walkie-talkie hello as well. You don't get to put the speak and spoke on him very often either. And you appreciate the wave out there to the Pinto Bean. Hello, walkie-talkie. Hello, Pinto Bean. Hello, Big Dog Liberty. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen mall. Got down, break.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you.
6 in the mailroom.
I heard something 6 in the mailroom there, break. Who was that?
506.
506. I heard 506. Hello, 506.
Motormouth Mall, 775. Hey, Motormouth Mall, 775, Missouri. Keep the wagon looking one last time.
Bartender 775 Missouri got you up in there too. 775 Motormouth Mall waving right back at you to break.
That's 506, marching all kinds of Murrays.
You're making a lot of noise there too. It sounded superb out there. 1137 radio station. 1137 radio station. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer. KMTH got down.
Roger that.
No power to them. 506 in the waiting room.
506, hey, 506, you know, it's a hit and miss thing. Mother Nature dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping. 506, Motormouth Mall, step and break.
Copy that. Set 3.
I don't know if it made a difference or not, but we turned it back.
Hey, California, 3.
Yeah, 410, I do understand Mother Nature is moving back in 201 favor right now, too. This Mother Nature is moving back in my friend 201 favor right now, no doubt about it. Catch you later, 860-201. I heard you. Bye.
And don't forget to tell either one that I said both to Big Ol' Wave and Happy New Year coming up around the bend. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen mall. Got down, break.
Nobody, because the next 2-3 things, you got somebody else in your radio. 549, I'm getting down.
Hey, that's true. Mother Nature dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping. You never know what to expect to break.
Boy, that a mall now. You just got to go ahead and talk and leave it alone. What it going to be is going to be, 410.
Hey, 549, I'm going to try to get in the back door. Hey, 549, I'm going to try to get in the backside of that antenna one time and see if I can ease up in there and say hello and good afternoon time to you. 549, Motormouth Mall, working the small ball peen mall. I'll see you. Bye. Bye.
Hey, Governor, I think they need to take us up, have a campaign show. Hey, 860, I got to go, man.
Motormouth Mall show and go and see if he can get in the front of yours.
Let's go.
Good morning, Motormouth Mall show and go with the way.
Oh, show and go. Well, you got up in here, no problem, no pain, no strain. Show and Go, Indiana. Well, you got that hammer down. Hey, Show and Go, radio station, Motormouth Mall. Trying to get up in there and see if I can't sneak up here under your stack of bricks once. Hey, Show and Go, you got that thing sounded superb, that break.
Hey, Ro. Okay, Motormouth Mall, I appreciate you, but man, you must say you know yourself. No doubt about it. I heard you just talk about it.
Hey, 549.
410. Well, I'll definitely save some flowers from my side, but you definitely got to put some on your side, too. Ain't no doubt about that. Take care out there. Show and Go, Motormouth Mall, you West Coast. Undermodulated beast. Got down. Breaker.
Good day, good day.
Good day. Wow, I like that audio.
Out there just to show you. Just to show you. Hey, 549, click.
Hey, 8060. Let me see if I can't roll up around here, stack of bricks one time. 8060, if you got a sloppy copy. Motormouth Mall, looking around Connecticut. I got down, break.
8060 with that dead key. Bye-bye.
Click.
Don't get back on 8060, Motormouth Mall, cruising. I got down, break.
You ain't been there, go over there.
What he's doing. Take care, 549. Tell him leave me alone. I'll see you.
Yeah, you can eat that. I gotta go. Out of your way. Click.
Tell him I'm going to cut him off right there, President Obama. Hey, President Obama, here I come.
I'm going to try something here real fast before I move that microphone over there. Move the microphone and try something really fast before I shut this thing off. Motormouth Mall working a small ball peen mall right there, right now. There's a whole lot more bass. I don't know if that does any good, but there's a little bit more bass around the place. I got down, break. And I guess that's the way that goes. Wow, there's a lot of bottom end. Whole bunch of bass. Motormouth Mall cruising a small ball peen mall. Got down. And that's back to normal again. Much better.
There's a lot of big guys up in here, but it's all about you. How you take it easy, take care of everything goes well at the dentist, and good to hear you had a good Christmas, and yeah, we're going to enjoy it every day like it's the last day. Hey, we'll put it on you later.
Jawbreaking day, I hear about this. Good afternoon, Jawbreaker. Hey, Jawbreaker, good afternoon, Jawbreaker 201. Hello, Jawbreaking thing, 201 around the northeast corner of Boston, Breaker.
You gonna get Jawbreaker jawbroke, man.
Yeah, 10-4 happened to Obama. Hey, President Obama, you said Joe. Hello, President Obama. President Obama, 201, Boston.
Yeah, be sure. After 36 consecutive days.
We're talking about here, Moonlighter. Yeah, I don't drink no more anyway, but that's...
I hear somebody call me. I hear somebody call me. 201.